Hey guys, what is up? Amy Huey here, also known as Self-Love Mama. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some tips and tricks on how you can stay sane and being productive as a stay-at-home mom. By all means, is not just for stay-at-home moms. This can definitely go towards any moms out there. I definitely think these tips can help each and every one of us to be able to just stay sane and productive throughout our days. Okay, but really though, please don't mind the messy hair today. I am trying to work with this whole natural hair thing, and this is what's coming from it. So let's dive in. So my first tip is to get enough sleep. You guys, this one I feel like is super, this one is crucial because I feel like a tired mom is not a happy mom whatsoever. And being able to make sure that we are getting enough sleep is, I feel like, one of the most crucialist, is that even a word? Crucialist? Whatever. The most crucial tips, self-love that we can do for ourselves is just getting enough sleep and sleeping really good throughout the night. And one of the things that really helped me sleep good is meditating before bed, reading a book. I've been really trying to make it a point to not be on my phone, to not be watching TV, trying to really limit that technology time because I know it does reduce the melatonin that our body naturally produces. And so really making it a point to get some really good sleep. Make this one of your top priorities because literally it will change your life. The second tip is to wake up before the kids. Now, before the moms who are not early birds, don't worry. Literally, I know this tip isn't meant for everyone, but even if you can get at least 15 minutes up before your kids are up, literally it will change this is going to change the game. I'm telling you, just getting yourself mentally prepared to start the day, I feel like makes a huge difference on how the rest of our day goes. If you're an early bird like me, wake up at least, an hour if you can. I literally try to wake up anywhere between an hour and a half because sometimes they do get up earlier than usual, so it kind of leaves me with that solid window of knowing that I'm going to get some of that time just for myself. And what I like to do before the kids wake up is to make some coffee, read a book, meditate, just kind of get myself mentally prepared for the day. Whatever it is that just kind of helps you feel put together, make sure you're fitting that into your morning routine and everyday routine. Whether it's 15 minutes to an hour before the kids wake up, I feel like it's going to make a huge difference on your sanity. Tip number 3 is to get out of the house. This is something that I am super guilty of not following. I feel like it's really easy, especially being a stay-at-home mom. If you can get out of the house every day, magnificent. That's amazing. For me personally, that's not always doable. So I try to get out of the house at least minimum every 2 days. I really try and aim for every other day, just because I know the kids do so much better. They sleep better, they nap better. And if the weather doesn't really permit for you to have the kids, go to the park and go play outside, maybe it's the winter, or for here it is the summer, but it is so smoky outside. I don't want the kids playing outside very long. The nice thing is that we have a little play area in our local mall. So if you can, definitely try to make a point to, find a place that has a nice little play area, in your city, town, wherever you're living, to really try to make a point to get your kids out, even if the weather isn't permitting for them to be physically outside. And another thing too is, even if you getting outside is just driving in your car, sometimes those are the days of me just getting out of the house. It's just going for a drive, loading the kids up, and literally just driving around our town, or maybe going on the back roads to a scenic route, or going through a drive-through to get some coffee and the kids some smoothies. Whatever it is, just driving around sometimes is literally better than nothing, and it still feels like you're somewhat getting yourself literally physically out of the house. And tip number 4 is for those really, really hard days. Now, this is something that I try and do regularly, but I definitely save it for the really, really hard days, is a journal. Just writing it down. Like when you have one of those really, really crappy days where you feel like you can't control anything and you feel like you're going crazy and your head's just spinning and it's just not a good day overall whatsoever, just write it down. Whether that's letting your kids play for a minute or have a little movie time, or maybe while, they're eating lunch or dinner, that gives you like 5 minutes and 10 minutes just to sit down and write down how you're feeling right there at that moment. It literally will help. Sometimes it would take a couple of times for me to just sit there and write the same thing, even if I was being repetitive, but it still helped. It's better than nothing than just holding it in and bottling in, and then it literally just explodes when you least expect it. And that is not a fun process. So really try to make a point to write it down, maybe even get a gratitude journal, find things to be grateful for, and try and see the positive side of, the good things that's going through that day. Whether that's you have working hot water, or you're able to provide, lunch and dinner and food for your kids. There's little things that you can try to feel good throughout the day with, writing down in your journal or in a gratitude journal. Tip number 5 is to get some mama free time. I cannot preach this enough. If you can get some mama free time, you need to take advantage of it. Now, I know that's not always possible for everyone out there because whether maybe you don't live close to family or friends, or maybe you just don't feel comfortable enough with anyone to, be alone with your child while you were literally out doing something for yourself. I totally get that. I know it's definitely hard to come by people to fully trust with your kid, especially nowadays. I totally understand that. So even if your mama free time is when the kids are napping or the kids are sleeping, when you put them down for bed, take advantage of that. Even if that's you taking a nice bubble bath, doing a nice face mask, doing your nails, which by the way, I need to do tonight. Just really embrace that mama free time. Now, if you can have, family member or a friend or a babysitter watch the kids for a couple of hours, then get out of the house. Like, do something for yourself. Even if you're sitting in a coffee shop, reading a book by yourself, or just driving around, do something for yourself because you deserve that. So I also have some bonus tips for you guys. I made a Facebook post a couple weeks back, which I will have on my social media link down below. Definitely connect with me on there. So I put a post out there on all my social media for advice and tips for stay-at-home moms on how they stay sane and productive while being a stay-at-home mom. And so I literally got so much feedback. It was incredible. So I'm really excited to be sharing with you guys some tips that I got from other moms that I really wanted to share with you guys. The first tip that actually kept coming up was embracing the insanity. I did not even think about this. This is such a good tip. Just embracing that things are crazy. Just embracing the chaos, the mess, the craziness, the loud, not planned things, nothing goes as planned, motherhood life, right? Just being able to embrace that and accept it is honestly pretty satisfying. And when I had other moms share these tips with me, I was like, that is such a good tip. Just really embracing motherhood and embracing that, craziness, insanity, and it just makes things quite easier, actually. And the second tip is a girls' night out. I love this one. I definitely think you really want to try and get some other adult interaction, especially if you're a stay-at-home mom and around kids all day, every day, 24/7. It is really nice getting some girl time, getting out of the house, having a girls' night, whether maybe you're going out for drinks, or you go out for dessert or lunch or brunch or shopping, or or even just getting out of the house with some friends and just hanging out, I think really does make a big difference on just like your social interaction with adults. It just makes a big difference in the world. So I loved that tip. The third tip, I really like this. This mom had shared with me that her husband had gifted her a full year. Once a month, she got to pick one Saturday once a month. She literally got the entire day off. So she said she would be gone from before the kids got up, and the deal was that she couldn't come back until the kids were asleep. So that way she really made a point to have a full day by herself, a full day for herself, a full day to just, pamper herself, whether that's getting her hair done or nails done, going to a movie, going to lunch, or going to coffee, reading a book. There's so many different things that you can do in like a whole entire day once a month. Like, I thought that was such a clever gift. Mamas out there, for Christmas or your birthday, when you have your husband or your significant other asking, what do you want for your birthday, what do you want for Christmas, that is a great gift to recommend and to persuade them, like, hey, I want some free time, mama free time once a month. Lay down some rules and make it a point that you would just love that gift, because I honestly would love it. Hint, hint, if my husband's watching. So the fourth tip is to listen to an audiobook or some sort of development book. I really like this idea because you can easily download an audiobook from your phone and literally pop in an earbud while you're making lunch or, snacks, or maybe while you're cleaning the house or doing little things around the house, or even just having it really loud, for background noise. Being able to concentrate on that and listen to that, especially for the self-development books, I think is really nice, because you're able to really concentrate on what you're listening to versus kids screaming in the background or thinking, oh my gosh, I need to get all these things done. I need to do this, I need to do this, and you start feeling overwhelmed. It's really nice, having that background noise as like motivational stuff. So I really like that tip as well. And the fifth and final tip is affirmations and self-love pep talk. I absolutely love this tip. It is so hard being a mom, and being able to really love yourself as a mother is by far one of the most challenging thing that I think any woman can go through, is loving themselves. And being able to really have, affirmations, whether that's sticky notes on your mirrors, on your phone, all over your walls, of just self-love, affirmations, literally will make the biggest difference in the world. And making sure that you're reading them out loud and repeating them over and over, and even having these pep talks. I am not lying to you guys. I have self-love pep talks to myself every day. Whenever I'm having a moment where I feel like a crappy mom, or I'm just feeling like unworthy or frustrated, I immediately start pep talking myself, thinking, okay, these feelings aren't true. I am forgiving myself and I'm letting go of all of this frustration right now. I'm beautiful. I am an amazing, loving mother. I'm great to my kids. And then it just kind of goes from there. Whatever works for you, whether you're pep talking yourself or having, an affirmation that you repeat whenever you have these kind of down moments, is really crucial, especially to just keep yourself in check throughout the entire day. Because let's be real, mom life, it is not predictable whatsoever on a day-to-day basis. So being able to kind of, have that in your pocket, and being able to really just keep yourself on track, I think is a really good idea for sure. I hope you enjoyed this video and these tips. Definitely let me know down in the comments if you guys have any other tips or advice for stay-at-home moms out there. If you did like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and be a part of the Self-Love Mama Tribe. I love you all and have a great day. Bye, guys.